Hello, everyone. My name is Mohan Bhakta, and I'm a fourth year here at Cal Poly studying industrial technology. And I'm also a career peer advisor here on campus. Essentially, today, I will be going over a cover letter example and kind of helping out in terms of just tips and tricks to really send an effective message and also convey who you are truly as an individual, as well as who you are as a professional. So essentially, something that I specifically like to do is I like to have the exact same header as my resume. Essentially, I'd like to think of a cover letter as a supplement to my resume and something that truly benefits and tells a tale more than just those couple of 3 or 4 bullet points. So as you can see, I have my name, address, email, anything that they can kind of reach out to me on right at the top, just like I have it on my resume. Then I like to include the date of exactly when this application is due. So this example has to do with when I applied for career pre-advising last year, and essentially the due date was January 31st, 2021. And I included that because I wanted to be known that I have that specific attention to detail. Continuing on with the narrative of attention to detail, I also included exactly which selection committee I'm addressing because it's very important to do that when you're applying to something. So let's say you're applying to a professional role. Let's say you're applying to a role within Facebook. You say, "Dear Facebook selection committee," et cetera, and that continues on for anything in terms of a service job or a professional corporate job as well. Then what I like to do is I like to kind of ease in with a nice little intro paragraph. So I kind of go over my excitement to apply, my passion. I also explain where I get the interest or I got the interest for this application. So this is exactly where you can put in names of people you've networked with perhaps, or people that you know have interest in it as well. So in terms of this, my current boss now, Mallory Stoffel, I saw an email from her and I decided, okay, that is kind of my interest point. I saw the email. I'm going to use this in my intro paragraph to kind of show how my interest got started. Furthermore, then I kind of included that I interviewed for the role the year prior, but didn't get in. And I kind of showed that I have grown in a multitude of different ways. And then it comes down to the thesis. So the thesis that I chose to write was highlighted. It's highlighted right here. So I kind of brought in the professional side that I got from my internship, from being an active member in a business fraternity here on campus, and also the kind of future venture that I was going to be involved in. So with that being my upcoming summer internship at PwC. So essentially, I kind of talked about the professional things because this role was a very professionally tailored role. It's career peer advising. Then I decided, okay, my first paragraph, I'm really gonna talk about those micro details, talk about what I did at my internship, what I learned, the interactions I had, and how it truly translates to a role such as career peer advising. So essentially, I kind of go over the logistics. I talk about what my day-to-day tasks were, and then I kind of cap it off by saying the skills that I learned allowed me to essentially get an internship in a different field, but kind of relating that I can translate the skills that I've learned from one place to another. And I kind of decided to divvy down on the more professional end of things. Then my second body paragraph was kind of more so describing my passion for the role. Why? It's kind of my why am I applying? Why am I a good fit for this role? What's my true passionate and personal experience that kind of has driven me to apply? In terms of that, I kind of talked about my sister. So essentially, she's 3 years younger than me. I love to do a lot of help with her, a lot of workshops with her in terms of professional development. It's kind of just a passion, a side passion for me. And it's because it's someone that I'm really close with. And so I realized that if I can do these things for her, I can also do these things for people within the student body here at OCOP. So essentially what I decided was that I'm going to write kind of about the steps I took to kind of help her achieve her goals and how I can kind of use those use that as a foundation to help out individuals within OCOG. I also decided to really pinpoint the attention to detail because I believe that this role specifically has a very much a need for that as well. And finally, I kind of talked about a specific part of the job, which is resume workshop. And essentially, I have a lot of experience with that in terms of my professional business fraternity, in terms of my professional or personal life. So that was something I decided to add in as well. So if you see something on the job description that pertains to you and that pertains to your skill set, it is definitely something to include within your cover letter as well, and kind of give a specific example of when exactly you have been performing those actions. Finally, I love to end a cover letter with a nice, concise, strong conclusion paragraph. So I always go over stating that I do believe I have the necessary skill set. Establishes certainty, establishes confidence, and it really makes the hiring committee look at you as not just a so-so candidate, but as someone that is ready to step in and take the measures necessary to succeed in the role. Furthermore, I kind of explained where I lacked in experience, and now I kind of talked about how I've made up for those shortcomings. And then at the end, I always like to say thank you for your time, and please do not hesitate to contact me at the contact information located above. That's another reason why the header is very important, and that's another reason why I keep the header the same as my resume, so that there's no lost translation. And in the end, I always say I'm looking forward to hearing back from you soon. So essentially what that does is it kind of tells them that, hey, I'm here for a reason. I am looking forward to your response, regardless of whether it's me getting to the next round or me not getting to it. I'm open to that, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about this role, really being the best person I can be for this role as well. So essentially, just a TLDR of what we just covered. You have an intro paragraph that kind of has a thesis that kind of just divvies down everything that you're going to go over. You have a paragraph that goes over your professional experiences. Then you have a paragraph that kind of describes your passion for the role, kind of the underlying reasoning for the application itself. And then you have a strong and concise conclusion that kind of revisits all the points that you've addressed above, and kind of just gives a nice little message to the hiring committee that you are someone who's optimistic, you're someone that's looking forward to hearing back from them, and you're someone that's excited for the interview process. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out at the email located above. Thank you.